Okay, good afternoon. My name is Mr. M. Srenik. Today I will teach about the public administration. In public administration, today we will be seeing about an interesting topic, that is the functions of the executive, which was given by the Luther Gallic. He gave an acronym known as POSCOP. POSCOP are the planning, organizing, staffing, directing, coordination, reporting and budgeting. Before going to the POSCOP, we will see what was the background why Luther Gallic was speaking about this POSCOP. In 1920s, what happened means in 1920s there was a classical revolution. That is, the classical revolution came into the public administration. That is the principles. They were concentrating more on the principles. As an outcome, as an approach to classical approach, the Luther Gallic have propounded an acronym, that is the POSCOP. That is the functions of the executive. This POSCOP is equally applicable to the both, whether it may be public administration or whether it may be the private administration. It is equally applicable. This POSCOP concept was written by Luther Gallic in a article known as Papers on Science of Administration, which was written in the year 1937. This was not only written by Luther Gallic, the co-author for this book was also the Lyndon Ulrich was also the co-author for this book. Now we will see what is meant by POSCOP. The POSCOP has a derivation known as planning, P for planning. Whether it may be private organization or government organization, planning is compulsory required. Planning is compulsory required in the whether it may be government organization or the private organization. Planning means what? This is the future oriented concept. Planning is a future oriented concept. For example, if you see in a public administration, to make a policy, before we require a plan, how we have to approach to that policy. In a private sector also, planning is utmost important. How planning is important in private organization means to implement or to make any policy, planning is compulsory. Next comes the organizing. Organizing means what? It is a formal structure. It is a formal structure, that is the hierarchy in an organization. How the organogram of an organization is there. That is known as the organization. That is, for example, if you consider an educational institution, the organization will be the principal. First comes the principal. Next comes the vice principal. Next comes the HODs. And the next comes that is the staff. And the other are the supporting staff. That is the formal structure of an organization. Same like that, if you consider in a private sector, this is the private sector. If you go to the public sector also, this will be the same procedure. That is the district collector, sub collector, next comes the revenue officer, MRO, and so on. That is the clerical staff. This will be the organizing structure. That is a formal structure, how an authority flows from the top level to the utmost grassroots level. That is known as the organizing. Next comes the staffing. Staffing means what? The people, the personnel who are working in this formal structure is known as the staffing. Staffing is a very most important thing. Why? Because without a very skilled staff, an organization cannot function properly. To have a strong staffing, we should have a strong HR system. That is the human resource system. HR system should be very strong to recruitment. In the staffing, the processes will be the recruitment, training them, and then appointing them. That is known as the staffing. Next is the directing. Directing means what? Giving orders. Giving orders means how the supervisors give orders to the subordinates. That is known as the directing. This directing should be equally responsible. It is responsible at the supervisor post, and at the same time it will be equally accountable at the ground rule level also. Next one is the coordination. CO means what? Coordination here. The coordination means what? The workers should work with the harmony and peace. They should always be cooperative with the management and the management policies. They should respect towards the management policies, and they should work full-fledgedly with the cooperation with the all the working staff with the management. That is known as the coordination. And the next one is the reporting. R stands for the next one, that is the reporting. Reporting means what? We have to maintain the records. Any organization, whether it may be private or the public, from the beginning onwards I was saying that all the principles are equal. This reporting is also equally applicable to the both private organization or the public organization. Records. They should maintain records for the future references. For example, if we see in the colleges or in any hospitals or any of the private organizations, they maintain the records. For what? For the future reference. In the same way, the public sector and the government offices also, they also maintain the records so that they can have, if any of the doubt arises, they can future reference. That is known as the reporting. Next, last comes the budgeting. The budgeting is the utmost important. Budgeting means what? Physical planning. Physical planning means to run any organization. Physical planning is important. Means how you maintain your budget records, how you do your expenditure, how you get your revenue from the how many sources. This all comes under this budgeting. Budgeting is also important. This all the things were given by the Luther Gulick, and this were further continued by the other writers also. That is the Linda Ludwig also continued, the Peter Drucker. This all the people have continued this concept of post-hoc, and they gave some other topics in the post-hoc also. For example, Ulrich gave the 8 principles of administration. Same like this post-hoc, we have given the 8 principles of administration, which also coincides with the post-hoc view. In the next class, we will see about the 8 principles of the post-hoc.